this big and heavy. But we got it in the sleeve, and he just turns the pages, and he can tell us exactly. He went to Emirates on horseback riding with us,
And why does he do that?
He done that.
How good does it feel? You know, for me to know that I was loved so much that these people cared enough to not only do stuff with me, and they fed me, and they made me take a bath, they took pictures of it.
But he was riding on the back of a little battery motorcycle with my little grandson, and he said, Colton took me for a ride, said he liked me.
And he remembers the kids' names.
Yeah, and that was
Years ago.
3 years ago.
That is the history and the past that we're talking about creating. I did the same thing for James Bradley, the little boy whose mom's going to talk to me tomorrow about birth parents. And he has his book. And when he has his picture taken, she'll give me one. This is for his book. And you know, by golly, I better have that book. Sometimes I think I work on his book more than I work on my own kids' books. Because you know something? My kids live in my house. He doesn't. And it was important for him to know that I still love him the way that I did when he lives in my house. When he lived in my house. Anything else about that you can think of about life books that you'd like to share?
We put things in, we just do the baby, we just do babies. But like one we had, we took it to the baseball games, we put the tickets, stuffed ticket stubs in there, and had a picture of him at the game. It was a car seat. But you know, so we do like ticket stubs and things we go to do.
And things that they come home with from daycare or school. Get those sleeve protectors and just shove them in the sleeve protector. Put a little, you know, right at the permanent marker on the sleeve protector. Just date it, 9, whatever. We always take the back of stuff because I'm a 22-year-old. I can promise you, there's some things that he did in kindergarten. I can't remember if it was kindergarten, first grade, or second grade. You know, he kind of starts all blending together at that point in time.
I had a child that was old enough, and we drove around town taking pictures of all her past homes. And, you know, so she can say, this is when I lived here, this is where I lived here, this is when I lived here.
That's right, that's part of that thing. And one of the websites that you're going to find when you go out there, they've actually drawn a very elementary house. Okay, with the roof on it and everything. And they put the door down here. And they even took the kid's picture and they stuffed a picture of the child in the window of the home. And put the name of like Smith's house or something. Because it was kind of like, okay, I belonged to that house, that home when I lived there. That was the reason is, you know, the nonverbal picture. I thought that was a really cute idea. And then down here they had some of the statistics. My brothers were, my sisters were. I lived there when I was 7. I went to this school, I went to that school. My favorite playmate in the neighborhood was. I want to ask her a question, but I'm thought about doing this. It'd be quite a drive for me to put it off. Does your daughter really like pictures of houses, apartments, or is that particularly meaningful to you?
Well, in her case, it was because she had been the parent figure, and these kids had come home and gone back in here and home, gone back in here so many times. There were so many moves. Mom, Dad would pay bills, and then they'd do all these things. And they'd have to move. I think she does. It's just a big part. Then also, like my oldest daughter, the best life story I ever have for you is it's volume 2. My oldest daughter, we got her when she was 13, and she'd been to 21 different homes. But she had reactive attachment disorder, and she kept making sure she went to another home. But so many families had worked on it, and I mean, it was the best. And my daughter, you know, is almost 20 and has a baby, and the deal was, when she moved out, started going all these places, the life looked stayed at my house. She can look at them. When she first left, I just said, I don't think you should take them. And then she said, you know, I think you're right, because she's moved like 60 times probably in a couple years. And she would have lost things that could not be replaced. And so they stay at my house, which is kind of cool about what you said about the card. You know, maybe you can keep it, and they can always come and use it. But I guess it would depend on, too, what kind of feelings. Like the child with the different homes, she really misses her mom, and she really missed it. And it was kind of part of the grief work, you know, to be able to move on. Because we drive around town, she sees them anyway. Oh, live there, live there, live there, you know. So I guess it would depend on what it's really going to bring up in the child as far as, is it something that they want to see all the time? You know?
And it may be one of those things that you take the opportunity to capture the information now and you put it away until they're old enough to handle it, until they start asking questions. One thing, where we move on into adoption celebrations, when you have a foster child in your home for a long time, and they become an adopted child, you talk about it. They know where they are. They know they've been a foster child. So it's not, it's not something that all of a sudden one day they wake up and go, oh, I was adopted. This is like, they know they were adopted, You were with this other person in this picture. And that's, obviously each individual's personal preference. I choose to think that it's easier to tell a child from the time they're little and up, especially because, I have grandchildren in my home. They obviously know that my husband and I did not give birth to them. Okay? They obviously know that they are adopted and loved very much. And when they came to live with us. Okay? It's everybody else out in the world that asks real stupid questions. So, those are the kinds of things that you prepare them for all the way up. I have to tell you a funny story. I live in Raymore out in Cass County. We're kind of in the boondocks, and diversity hasn't really hit us yet. We used to live in Sparta. We moved out there because of the schools. You know what I'm talking about. Diversity, we're doing good. I'm so proud of us now. We're doing a lot better. Anyway, my 17-year-old works in an after-school care program where I teach during the week, and he takes care of the kids. Well, one of the little brown girls figured out one day that I had a brown hair. She runs to me and she looked on my daughter, and she's giving me hugs, and she runs over to my son, who's 6'3" and weighs 210, and whiter than I ever thought about being. I mean, the child blends in with tablecloths. I mean, it's just disgusting. And she runs, this little brown girl was, and she goes, did you know your sister's brown? My husband looked at her and said, really? Nobody told me that. And, it's the diversity thing. So, she knows, she'll say, I'm adopted. My 4-year-old will say, I'm adopted. Do they know what it means? Oh, no, they don't know what it means. But, they know they're special because of that. And they know that they came to live with us and we love them so much that we got to keep them. But they will tell you what they are. They have no clue, and that's okay. But that sets the stage when they're 14 for, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, the reason you're acting like this is because blah, blah, blah. Somebody's telling you were adopted, that's the reason you're acting like that. They go home and they go, oh, I'm adopted. They got enough to deal with during those years. You condition them all the way. That's just my own personal feeling. Everybody has, their own story. I know you do. How many children have you fostered now?
375.
Whoa.
We adopted one of our foster children. She'll be 29 next month. And when she was in junior high school, one of their projects was genealogy. So I got together our family tree. And she took it to school. And she was up in front of the class and saying, this is my mom, and this is for my grandparents, and this is my mom, and this is my dad. And the teacher came over, he said, Keisha, these people are white. She said, yeah? He said, well, Keisha, you're black.
Like she made the whole thing up. It's like
Yeah.
she just borrowed somebody's homework.
She said, but this is still my mom and dad.
Bingo. Absolutely right.
And she said, he said, well, how could that be? She said, because I was adopted.
Like he's dumb.
Like, hello, knock, knock, knock.
And now they have genograms instead of family trees that
Yeah,
depict that a little better.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
but
this is kind of some of the information that, you share with kids at a young age and they learn. And this is why life books are so important. This is one of the other reasons, is they capture that kind of information.
And I don't say even, because sometimes, our house is just too busy and I don't have time to.
I know.
And and so we just have it in the shoebox when the kid comes in and we just stick it in the shoebox and and maybe someday when everybody's asleep, I can open this in a book, but if not, at least I've still got the stuff. Yeah, I've got the pictures, I've got the stuff, I've got their information all together in one spot.
You know the little magnets that stick on your refrigerator that have the little place where you can put things in the little holder? Stick 3x5 cards in there. And every time something happens that you would remember, just grab it off there, throw it on the counter, write it down, write the date, throw it in the pile. And you know what? That will jog your memory to what happened. But if you're like me, I'm 46 years old, and my memory does not work like it did when I was 26. So if I don't write it down, sometimes I'm going to forget it. So write it down, throw it in the pile, in the box. We have boxes too. You know, that's why I said date the pictures, date the stuff they bring home from school, all that kind of information. And